morning. Welcome to Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. I'm Mubina Kapasi. This is a show where we flag off all the movers and shakers today in trade, and believe me, there are lots of them today. I have with me our team of research analysts as well as technical analysts to flag off the big movers and shakers. We have with us Soumya Sharma, Siddharth Bhamre. This time around it's not Kunal Bothra joining in, but Swati Hodkar, technical research analyst from Nirmal Bang. So thanks to all of you for joining in. Let's kickstart the show with our very first stock, and it is Jet Airways. Very important news coming in, or at least sources for now suggest that Naresh Goyal has agreed to step down, among of course other news pieces. Soumya, we are seeing the stock price rally quite a bit.
Well, that's right, Mubina. In fact, this is what, as we told you, gathering from the sources that its chairman, Naresh Goyal, has agreed to step down from the board and the management. Apart from this, he is likely to infuse approximately 450 crore in a new restructuring process, and post this restructuring, his stake would come at around 20%. Well, Naresh Goyal would be pledging shares in Jet Privilege to infuse this money. Stocks seeing a 5% uptick. Now let's see how it moves further in trade today.
All right, so that's Jet Airways, and look at the uptick coming in, 5% higher today in trade. So good going for the airline major. Swati, let's talk about CG Power. You know, this one too is seeing a lot of buying momentum, 12% higher today in trade. And you know, for the last couple of days, it's been very volatile. What would you make of this rally?
Yes, we have seen that the last from 2 weeks as such, it was just consolidating within the range of 31 to 27 all levels. It has given a breakout of the same with a very good volume. The stock is up by almost 12% now. So we have seen a good breakouts above 32, and this rally is likely to be carried forward towards 38 to 40 all levels. So I believe at the current level, risk reward is not in our favor, but those definitely who are having a long positions, they can hold on for immediate target of a 38 to 40. They can maintain a profit stop loss of a 34 and hold it for a target of a 38 to 40 level. So overall view is a bullish on this particular counter as of now.
Okay, so Swati is a bit cautious when it comes to CG Power. The big newsmaker, of course, is SBI Life. Now, this is an ET Now exclusive. Remember, we did see a couple of block deals that came by today in the early part of trade. Precisely speaking, what the block deals were like. Essentially, it was approximately multiple block deals, at least 15 block deals of minimum 25 lakh shares each, and the stock price as well did see almost a whipsaw reaction coming by. Now, what sources tell us is that it's BNP Paribas Cardiff that has sold an 8% stake in the company. Interestingly, the stock today, after that, that sharp downtick, has recovered very smartly and now is higher by 4%. So that's SBI Life, a big newsmaker today on ET Now. So now let's talk about Just Dial. Today we are seeing some red on the screen over there.
No, actually the stock is doing pretty well for itself, Mubina, and stock has decisively moved above its 200 DMA. It's a case of price volume breakout with formation of long positions. So, but time and again the stock has done that. But if it's doing that on first day of new series, with decent rollovers taking place from last series. We also saw Wednesday, or a few days back, there was a decent price action, and this is a follow-up buying which is taking place in Just Dial. So this move should be given some weightage, and stock is heading higher.
I stand corrected. Just Dial actually is gaining very smartly and it's moving above the 200 DMA as per Siddharth. All right, escorts meantime, and yes, we are in the auto sales seasons. Not been a good season so far, at least for the last 3 to 4 months. But for escorts specifically, which of course does have tractors as its major sales, the total tractor sales has gone up 12% at 7,240 units. Now, this figure is in fact even higher than the ET Now poll that was actually expecting the sale number to come in at sub the 7,000 marker. Just around 6,900 odd units is where we were expecting the number to come in. So with this figure that they have posted, it certainly does come as a pleasant surprise, and hence you are seeing the stock price as well react positively. 670 on the cards, higher by 1.7%. Swati, another stock that we are seeing gaining very, very smartly is Century Ply. In fact, it's one of the top Nifty 500 gainers as well today in trade. What would you make of this move?
Yeah, today we have seen a very good momentum in this particular counter along with the volumes. The stock is almost up by 8%. Also the fact that it has just given a breakout of 50 and 100-day moving average, which indicates a very positive sign. I believe that this rally is likely to be continued towards 188 odd levels, from where in the past we have seen a downfall in the month of January itself. So that is my target of 188 to 190 odd levels. So one can take a buy position at the current level. One can keep a stop loss of a 174 for immediate target of 188 to 190 levels on the upside.
Okay, so that's Century Ply for you. Swati is advocating a buy over here. She's watching after targets of 190 rupees. So, Amya, Bharti Airtel, of course, is a big news maker after the fundraising drive, but the stock has taken a knock today.
Well, yes, the company is raising 32,000 crore of funds, of which 25,000 crore will be via rights issue and the remaining would be via perpetual bonds. Well, this is aimed at reducing the debt on the company's balance sheet. Talking about this development, the brokerages, particularly Credit Suisse, has said that the capital raise would help address the rising leverage levels, and the commitment from promoters is seen positive for the stock. They're maintaining a neutral stance with a target price of 320 per share. Even CLSA is maintaining a buy stance with a target price of 410 per share, and said they added that EBITDA will boost FY21 EPS estimates by 42% and the issuance will strengthen Bharti Airtel's balance sheet. Well, this is considered to be a good move. Brokerages sort of mixed reviews in terms of stance, but the move is per se is positive for the company.
Okay, but the stock price has taken a knock, 3.5% lower. Okay, Siddharth, Arvind Limited is a big mover as well today, and trade just an update over there as well that it's engineering business, namely Anup Engineering, listed on the exchanges today. It's a part of the Arvind merger. The stock price 4% higher today.
Well, yes, I am not sure this is the very reason why stock is going up, but I'm restricting my observations only on technicals. And we are seeing again here, Mubina, first day of new series, lot of open interest getting added. If I'm not wrong, 17 to 18% rise in OI. And what has happened because of that, and even in last 3-4 trading session when there was so much of choppiness in market, the stock was consolidating nicely around 75-76 odd levels. So in this process, Mubina, 75 level has acted as a very strong base and support now. It has become a support, and people are now confident forming fresh long positions. So whoever is going long in this stock, I think has a good risk reward ratio, because your support level are not very far away.
Okay, 4% higher for Arvind at a level of 79 odd rupees. Okay, but here's a quick update on news from the border. A delegation of the IAF team will be receiving Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman at the Wagah border later today. It's not clear whether, of course, Wing Commander will be handed over to the International Red Cross or to the Indian authorities by Pakistan. Punjab's Chief Minister Amarinder Singh has offered to receive Wing Commander Varthaman at the Atari border. Times Now's Tamal Saha joins us now from the border, where the exchange is to take place this afternoon.
Well, that's right. We have to understand. As far as Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman is concerned, he was protected under the Article 3 common to 1949 Geneva Convention and also Protocol 2, and that was reminded to Pakistan that he should be given proper treatment. No mistreatment would be accepted and tolerated by India, because that would be unacceptable to military ethics, something that Pakistan eventually conceded to and agreed that military ethics have been followed with regards to treatment given to him. But then what happened to those videos? Why were those videos circulated? Because those videos were shot in the soil of Pakistan, have not been shot by an Indian. They were eventually released quite deliberately, one can use that word, for a PR campaign, and that kind of PR campaign has been unacceptable by India. India reminded Pakistan that it is vulnerable to show a blood-smeared face of a soldier who was caught on the other side of the border, who was missing in action. More importantly, we also have to understand the situation in which he landed over there, because he has chased down, he was in a combat mode, he had chased out F-16 of Pakistan Air Force that had intruded into Indian airspace. So he was very much doing the service to the nation by combating the intention of Pakistan intruding into the Indian airspace. So at this point in time, yes, India's hardline diplomacy does stand vindicated. At the same time, the nation believes believes the prayers have been accepted, the prayers have been answered. The reason why Wing Commander Abhinandan Vartaman will be released by Pakistan, in all likeness would be handed over to Indian High Commission in Islamabad. We are still expecting for some clarity with regards to the time, as what time he would be walking through. But whenever it happens, it would be a momentous occasion. Everyone is so much waiting with bated breath. Back to you.
That it would be. Thanks a lot, Tamal. And noon is when the exchange is, Wing Commander Abhinandan is expected to be handed back to India. And it's a rousing welcome that certainly does await him. Well, we at ET Now will, of course, constantly keep updating you with that big news. But for now, let's just take a very short break. Come right back to ET Now. Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. Before we continue with the countdown, here's an important update. SEBI's board meeting is expected to be held today. Revised open offer exemption norms may be something on the radar, especially given the fact that we have a very important Jet Airways deal that may be just dependent on these norms. Let's go across to my colleague Ruchi Bhatia to talk more about what's on SEBI's plate or the board's plate this in today's board meeting. Ruchi, over to you.
Absolutely. As we speak, the SEBI board meeting is underway. We're given to understand that the market watchdog SEBI is planning to put in place stricter norms coming in for corporate debt restructuring, and the board is taking these proposals today. We understand that the market regulator SEBI has proposed that relaxations should not be given to entities other than lenders, which means that an entity has to make an open offer in case of its shareholding going beyond a certain threshold. We are given to understand that these norms, as you rightly pointed out, will be very important for any sort of further development in the Jet Airways case as well. We're given to understand that Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is already there. This meeting started about half an hour ago. SEBI board may be looking at changing norms for open offer exemptions, and as we've been saying, exemptions will be given only to lenders or cases that are under IBC. So a stricter norm will be put in place. Apart from that, some sort of a framework for accredited investors, for innovators of growth platform will also be discussed in this meeting. So we will keep you abreast of all the developments coming in from here.
Right, Ruchi, thanks a lot for that. So watch out for the SEBI board meet and the outcome. For now, let's just shift our focus back to SBI Life. Remember that we had earlier reported about that big block deal that did take place. And now, of course, it's official. CA Emerald Investments bought 9 crore shares. That's about a 9% equity today. And look at the way the stock price is actually from earlier morning to now, how it has essentially recovered. Ajay, let me go across to you. You know, you did pick... Okay, while we wait for Ajay, who had broken the story earlier about the multiple, about who are the buyers and the sellers, or at least the sellers at this point of time in SBI Life. Do remember there were multiple block deals that had taken place earlier today. We had tried connecting with the management as well for now. But yeah, for SBI Life, do remember what our sources had initially told us is that BNP Paribas Cardiff had sold an 8% odd stake. They hold about a 22% stake as on December 2018. What exactly were the block deals? Well, at least 15 block deals of minimum 25 lakh shares each is approximately what we had picked up in the early part of trade. So that, of course, is the latest when it comes to SBI Life. Okay, well, let's just continue with the countdown of the top movers and shakers then. And of course, like I said, it's the 1st of February, the 1st of March. So we have the Feb auto sale numbers that are trickling in. Bajaj Auto has its sale numbers and does not look like all that are pretty set, because we have the total sales number that has declined 3.4%. But mind you, if we have to compare it with the ET Now poll, and what exactly that was expected when it comes to the February numbers, it has come in slightly above expectations. So for Bajaj Auto, in the month of, for the last couple of months, we have seen this declining trend anyway. It was 4 lakh units in November, then it fell all the way to 3.5 lakh units in December before rebounding to 4.07, and once again we are below 4 lakh units for the month of February. So Bajaj Auto just absolutely flat. Swati, let's talk about Repco Home Finance. This as well is a counter that has seen a lot of volatility. Today it's higher by more than 4%.
Yeah, in the month of the January, we have seen that the stock has made a high of a 450. Then we have seen a just selling pressure which took a stock towards 310, and then the multiple bottom has been created from where we have seen a very good bounce back rally from 310 to 354, 355 odd levels. Going ahead, definitely this pullback rally is likely to be continued towards at least minimum 370 odd levels, which will be the resistance provided by its 100-day moving average. So this pullback rally to be continued towards 370. Those who are having any long positions, they can definitely hold on. Downside, there are the cluster supports at 340, 338 odd levels. So keeping that support as a stop loss of 338, 340 odd levels, one can definitely hold their long positions for immediate target of 370 levels on the upside.
Okay, so that's Repco Home Finance, higher by about 4.5%. Soumya, of course, Motherson Sumi as well is the big newsmaker post that acquisition.
Well, yes, right. The stock has been focused since morning on back of this acquisition of Bombardier's UK rolling stone business. Well, this acquisition extends the existing global relationship between both the parties, and the transaction is valued at approximately £11 million. This buyout may appear small, but it seems strategic for the company, and it's expected to complete in April-June quarter of 2019.
All right, so that's Motherson Sumi for you. Siddharth, let's talk about Canara Bank. You're seeing formation of fresh long positions here.
Well, yes, and if you look at most of the PSU banks, they are doing well, Mubina, and Can Bank is no different. We are seeing, as you mentioned, formation of long position, and this is backed by very strong volume. So watch out for this stock. It is also forming a decent base at lower levels, and that again is not just the case with Can Bank. There are some more PSU banks which are showing same trade. So these stocks have underperformed in last series, but a great start for a new series.
Okay, so that's the latest coming in on a Canara Bank. Great start to a new series. That's, of course, the March series. Tata Steel, meantime, and some positive news coming in. It's a brokerage update that has come in, and this time it's BofA ML that has a buy over here with the target at 600 rupees. Now, in general, they're very optimistic on the steel space because they believe the discount to imports is expanding for steel. They do expect another price hike as well to come in. Remember, we at ET now had told you about the price hike in the month of just about a couple of weeks ago. So there's another price hike they are expecting, because global steel spreads as well have recovered from lows, and the fourth quarter earnings outlook is better now versus earlier expectations. So Tata Steel today is higher by 1.3%. Swati Granules as well today is seeing some significant buying momentum come in. In fact, the last time I checked, it's still higher by approximately 5%. What would you make of this move?
Yes, Mubina, this week has been very a good week for this particular counter granules. It's almost up by 10%. On a weekly chart on higher degree, we can see that the stock has just given a formation of a pennant pattern, and today it has given a breakout with a very decent good volumes. So I believe this momentum, positive momentum indicators such as the RS is also showing a upward rally. So I believe this rally is likely to be taken forward towards at least 112, 115 odd levels. So one can take a buy position at the current level, maintain the stop loss of a 97, which are the cluster supports on the downside on intraday charts. So one can take a position at the current level. 97 will be the stop loss and 112 will be my target.
All right, well, on that note, we're out of time on this edition of the show. So Swati, thanks so much for joining in and giving us your technical strategies. Siddharth and Soumya, to you as well. We'll wrap it up. Coming up next is Markets at Noon.